Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching me from. My name is Elizabeth. And today I just want to talk about mental health awareness. You know, a lot has been happening in my personal life and also the people around me. And I have made this observation that mental health is real. And for you who have studied mental health and have got any interest in this subject, you would know that mental health is for real, you know. But many a time it goes unnoticed, many a time nobody really takes time to make those observations, especially in people that we live with, people who we love, people who we are close to. And one thing I know for sure is that mental health is something that is very difficult for you to diagnose yourself, you know. Even if you are a medical person or a psychiatrist or a mental health nurse, sometimes it's very, very difficult for you to be able to know that I'm actually passing through something that could be, you know, affecting or impacting my health in that way. So what makes me to come up to talk to you about this subject is it's so important that everyone is aware of mental health issues, the signs, the symptoms, what is it? Because for you to say somebody is having mental health issues, there's something you would have observed on them, or how they are acting, how they are responding, you know, without judging them. Most of the time, mental health can be, you can miss it, you can miss that observation. Sometimes if you have a very close relationship with the person, probably you may think, oh, they're just seeking attention, or maybe they just don't want to talk to me. But if the behavior becomes consistent, you observe it all the time, or sometimes once in a while, but you can see that this behavior is actually out of character of the person, then you should know that I think something is happening, something is going on, and I need to take some action. Okay. So basically, I want to do like a little series on just awareness of mental health. There are a lot of people coming into the country right now from different countries for different reasons. But one thing I have observed in all these people is there's always that period where you are taken to settle in a new environment, and those situations can be quite stressful for everyone. It doesn't matter whether you are coming to the UK as a qualified professional, or if you are coming just as a carer or any other, or as a student. But the common phenomenon there is that you're both coming to a new place, you're coming to an environment where you are not used to, and that can trigger, you know, some underlying mental health issues can be triggered if care is not taken. So some people are coming with their partners, their families, and if you observe that something is wrong with the person, take them to get checked, okay? So one of the most common mental health conditions that happens, where it starts, it can just start as anxiety. You know, before I never knew that anxiety is a clinical condition, I just thought that anxiety, I'm just anxious, but it can actually get worse. And then you get depression, and then it can trigger anything else, psychosis, bipolar, you name it. But we need to be aware of these things. I'm coming from a clinical background, but I also work with people as a pastor, and I also have been working with people as a midwife, as a nurse. I've encountered people in different platforms, but it does not matter how educated you are. Mental health is for real and can affect anyone. Okay, so let's start with a bit of definitions. What is depression? What is your take? How would you define depression? So depression is a very real condition. While many people may just think, I'll just get on with it. That you are saying, I'm just feeling low, I'll just get on with it. There's no getting on with it. It's something we need to take seriously, have those conversations, no matter how hard the conversations are, but we need to make the effort to have those conversations. So when you are depressed, you experience changes in eating. So you may start by just losing your appetite and thinking, what's going on? It could be a trigger, it could be a sign, it could be a symptom. So loss of appetite, changes in eating. Some people, they start eating a lot. You just want, anyway, you want to see food, you want to eat. So it's like you are feeding that vacuum, whatever you are feeling in there, you may just start to eat a lot. That's why you find that sometimes people who are going through mental health issues, depression, they may also end up obese because they're just eating anyhow, eating a lot, unhealthily. Okay. The other thing you may notice also is sleep pattern. Your sleep pattern will begin to change. You normally sleep very well, you rest very well, but now either you can't sleep, your mind is wandering here and there, and you feel that you really can't sleep at all. Yeah, it's also a sign that you need to take note of. And for some people, because the thing with mental health is it presents differently in different individuals. So for you or for someone else, it may be that you sleep quite a lot. You feel lethargic. You feel like you don't have energy or strength, and you just want to sleep. So that could be another sign that you feel so sleepy and you keep sleeping all the time. So watch out for that one. If it is your mother, your brother, your sister, and you observe these things, then you need to take some action, get them checked. Your first point of call is your GP, of course. And then if the GP feels that there is something there that needs specialist attention, then they can always refer you to the appropriate specialist. Okay, the way you feel about yourself is also one of the signs. So I've mentioned about eating patterns, and I've mentioned about sleep pattern. So the third thing is the way you feel about yourself. This could be self-esteem. You may feel just inferior, just irrelevant, just like, you are not worth anything. So this is, when it gets to extreme, this is why you find people sometimes they can self-harm, they can commit suicide, they do not have self-worth. So the way you feel, how do you feel about yourself? You know, do you feel good? Do you just feel really sad? Do you feel empty? You know, everybody is different. So we cannot put it in a box because everyone is different. So go by how you feel. You know your normal self, or you know that person's normal personality. And then now you are starting to observe something completely different, something what we would call out of character. Then you know that, you know, we need to do something, we need to check it out. The way you feel about yourself, and even the way you approach most of the things that you normally do. So for example, I'm normally quite a tidy person. I want my surroundings, my environment to be clean. And then suddenly you see that things are all over the place, all over the place. You know, maybe it's your sister, you visit them, they are normally quite tight, quite organized, but then suddenly you get there, plates are on the sofas, food is in the bedroom, clothes are all over the place. That's a territory sign that something is going on and something needs to be done about that situation. Okay, so depression is not simply a feeling, simply like feeling blue. No, it is not. It is something real. It is an illness. It can last for weeks. It can last for months. It can even last for years if it is not addressed. But this is why you find that sometimes people may have to live on medication to ensure that, you know, that condition is controlled. Okay, you may notice a variety of symptoms when you are depressed. These symptoms vary widely from individual to individual. Like I said, it varies from individual to individual. So find out exactly what's going on and have the conversation with the person if you are the observer. But if it is you yourself, you know, sometimes you can feel yourself that something is not right with me, something seems to be off. You know, go to your GP and get it checked out. There's nothing embarrassing. The embarrassing thing would be if you ignore it, you ignore the signs, you ignore the symptoms, and then it carries on like that. So, and then it gets worse. So that could be embarrassing. This is why you find people will get completely, very severe mental health illness, whereby you can walk on the street, take off your clothes, whatever. Don't wait until things get worse. If you just observe something that is not yourself, get it checked, speak to someone. So having said that, we have a women's group. It's KWOW, we call it KWOW. And what we are doing at KWOW, we are welcoming women who have got, you know, who are going through something. You know, it may not necessarily yet be in the class of mental health, but you know what, prevention is better than cure. So what we are doing is we are having a focus group that we talk about mental health issues and get to the bottom of it, or even having conversations about how you are how things are going with you. So we are welcoming, if you are a lady, if you are just coming to this country and you want a safe hub where you can have these conversations, how you are settling, and also where to find things. We are here to signpost you. We are here to show you where you can get stuff and how that can happen. And depending with your situation, any other advice you may need whilst you are settling in your new home in the United Kingdom. So I'll be coming up and saying more about mental health and any other relevant issues. So please keep watching and also share with other people as we want to, we also want other people who may need our service to know that we are here to help and we are here to signpost you if you need any advice that needs specialist attention. Okay, so God bless you and I love you all, and I will meet you in my next recording. God bless you.